cannot start making a business plan unless you have an idea, not the final decision. Idea about your niche and target segment. So the target segment, I call it as a TG. TG is a target group. So the group is a segment. So you should have an idea. Okay, so this is my target segment. This is my niche. To start with, you can have a little bit broader niche. Why? Because you are not 100% sure about your niche, which is a fact. Because you will also require some experience, right? And then you will learn, okay, so I was thinking like this, but now these are the challenges. So it is the, I can say, the process of little bit of trial and error, right? Little bit, but not 100% trial and error. You do have an idea of your niche. Why? Based on your strengths, based on your experience, based on your passion, based on the market opportunity, because the niche is a niche provided there is a profitable business opportunity, right? Means you can't have a niche that is, my niche is I will serve the clients who are more than 8 feet height. Just I'm taking a very different example. Now your niche is so small, right? Maybe some 100 people will be there in the world which match that particular niche, right? So it will be very difficult for you. So to start with, you have to go for a little bit broader niche. But it has to be niche in itself. You can't say, okay, any client is my client. That is definitely a wrong start. But some kind of idea about the niche and some kind of idea about your target customer is a prerequisite to start business planning. If you do not have that particular idea, your efforts will go in vain. Why? Because everything from the step number 2 is directly related to your niche and target customer. Once you have the niche and target customer, you need to identify the problem of that particular target customer. Customers are not enthused about coaching. Customers are not enthused about who you are. Customers are only interested in their problem and solution. They are not bothered about your methodology. Grow, fro, tro. Nobody is interested. I'm telling you, nobody. 0% of the people are interested in your methodology, coaching process, triangle, nothing. They are only interested, are you offering them a solution to their problem? Now, when people will come to you, okay, I have a problem. Can I get the solution from you? Now, you don't be intellectual coach. You don't say, wrong. I am not a consultant. I am not going to give you a solution. I am going to extract. This is all bullshit. For a client, you have to say, yes, you will get solution, full stop. Why? Because that is the truth. The process is your expertise. Customer is not interested in knowing the process, right? Customer wants solution. Customer wants to achieve the goal, right? So understand that. Do not over-educate and complicate the matters. Understand one thing. Every coaching provides solution. Every coaching enables client to achieve his or her goal, full stop. So you need to be smart in your communication. Okay, so this is another aspect. The aspect, what is a part of the business plan is, are you knowing the problem of your target segment? For example, your target segment is working women. What is the problem with the working women? Time management, because they have to take care of the home as well as they have to take care of business and the work. Relationship with the family members. Why? Because the family members might have unrealistic expectation from them. That is, you have to do outside also, inside also, everything also, right? So maybe they are facing some problem in their relationships. Maybe they are facing problem in the organization because of the glass ceiling. right? So they are already facing a pressure in the organization as far as their growth is concerned. They are already facing problems in the family because of the unrealistic expectation of the family members. And they are already facing problems about the time management because they are getting, say, stretch from every side. So now you identify the problem of your target segment. What is the solution you are having? Don't ask Hemant Lawanghare the solution, right? That is your skill. That is your skill. So now you see, okay, if this is the problem, and why you are in a position to think about the solution better, because you are already suitable to handle that particular segment. You have already thought of that particular niche and target group. Why? Not because someone came in dream and tell you, or not because there were 10 cheats of different target groups and niches, and you happen to select that cheat of working woman. So definitely there is a thought process, experience, competence, strengths, values, passion, right? And if you have all that, and if you identify the right problem, if you don't know the right problem, you can take a survey, you can check with 100 working women, and then you can ascertain the problem, because the problem should not be viewed from your perception. The problem has to be validated by your target customer, because your perception is very limited, right? So you should get the customer voice first, identify the problem. Now this is the only problem. Now what is that solution? Now just don't go for a too simplistic thinking. Simplistic thinking is good, but too simplistic thinking is naive. Don't go for a naive thinking. Okay, I will train them in time management. There are thousands of trainers who are already doing that, right? So is this your business plan to give them a time management training? Right? So you have to come up with a solution which has a competitive advantage. The solution which otherwise not many players are offering. If you are going for the solution which only you are offering, then it means fantastic. But most probably that may be too far-fetched ambition. But at least the solution is not offered by millions of people. So you have some kind of, say, market share to grab. So that is the development of a solution. You can't promote the problem. For example, someone is a coach, and this is example of my team I'm sharing with you. So they started promoting one campaign to the SEC coaches, saying that you are unsuccessful in your coaching journey and we will make you successful. Now this is a very bad strategy. Why this is a bad strategy? I may be a total failure, but I don't want to accept that and hear that from other person. I may have internal thinking, oh my God, I have spent 2 lakh rupees on this particular coaching program, nothing is happening and all that. That is all right. I have a extraordinary tolerance for my thinking, but someone else should not point fingers at me. So, and what my people do? My people use my account. They have my password ID. So they start sending messages from my LinkedIn account. And then few coaches started replying, hey man, how come you know that I am unsuccessful? I am very successful. Do not make judgment about me. I said, okay, sorry. So when you promote, if you have to mention the problem, you have to mention the problem of the people smartly and focus more on the solution. So you don't start with a problem, you start with a solution, then mention a problem. Now you are okay, right? If you are starting with a solution, then you are mentioning the problem, then you are not attacking me personally. And do not attack people personally. Don't say you have this problem and I have this solution. People don't accept that they have a problem with the third party. they accept their problem either internally or with very, 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 very close people, not with the third party, right? So understand that. Once you know the solution, what you have to do? You have to test that particular solution. This is called as pilot, right? So of course, many industry professionals know it very well, right? So it's a pilot batch. It's a pilot study. You should implement that particular solution on your, say, pro bono group, on your buddy coaching group, and see that whether it is working or not. Let me tell you, if you think the idea is extraordinary and 100% logical and rational, I'm telling you it is wrong idea. Anything which is 100% logical and rational is wrong. It is what you say, it is that mirage. It can't be the thing. It can't be the thing, right? So you test it. Whatever is your confidence level, whether you are 100% confidence or you are 50% confident, you test your idea. Once you test your idea, you prepare the business model. What is your business model? How you are going to deliver it, right? All that things will come. Online, offline, faculty, no faculty, right? All these particular systems, right? So I'm just taking Mastermind Life example, but I can take engineering industry example, but many of you will not relate to it, right? So you develop the business model. How you are going to do the business is called as business model. How you are going to deliver, manufacture and deliver your product and service is called as business model. How you are going to serve your customer better than your competitors is called as business model. Unless you know the solution, you can't go for the business model, right? Because it is the delivery of the solution for which business model is required. So after solution comes a business model. You decide whether you will work in office or whether you will work from your home, whether you will have the international clients, domestic clients, blah, 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 how you will deliver it, what, everything is a part of your business model. Whether you will go for group coaching, individual coaching, all that, depending upon that, your business model will change. And during our next slide, as well as in our interaction, I'm going to take care of your questions, wherein if you have any questions on any of the pointers, I will answer it. In the business model, what is that you have to look for? What is the competitive advantage of your business model? Nobody is interested in any one of you starting the business. World is not waiting for you. So what is that advantage you are going to give it to the people, which otherwise people are not giving? That is the competitive. If you don't have that particular competitive, if you are not in a position to create a competitive advantage, you are going to fail. This is the reason many coaches are failures. I'm right now telling you. This is the reason Mastermind Life develop a very comprehensive curriculum. Like Alex was telling, people do the coach training program, then they join program of Alex for the business development. So we know it. We know everything. We have made this program comprehensive, but within 6 months, whatever I say that it is comprehensive, it has its own limits, right? Within 6 months, I cannot change your thought process, or I cannot make you a great entrepreneur or something like that. It's a process. So the 6 months will give you all the insights, how you are utilizing those insights and how you are continuously embark on the path of the wisdom. It is up to you. But without competitive advantage, it is not going to happen. People are not going for your face value or your profile, your qualifications. It is nothing for people. People are only looking for what is the benefit and value you are going to offer them. And are you offering them a better value than other people? Simple, full stop. Right? So these are the realities of the business, and the coaching practice is a business. Coaching practice is not a charity. If few of you decide to do that particular charity, you can do it. There's nothing wrong in it. There's nothing wrong in coaching people who are otherwise not in a position to pay and all that. It is, yes, it is a part and parcel of life. I'm not against doing the charity but if then you need to be clear that is okay. 20% of my business is charity, 80% I will earn. Or I already have the earnings from the other business and the job, and I will use coaching only for the charity and the pro bono. It is your call. But if you are going to earn money or you are expecting to earn money from the coaching practice, then it is very well a business and it has to be treated like a business. Once you develop your business model, then only you can have the financial projections. In case of coaching, it is not that complicated, but still there is a step. There is a step of, okay, how much you are going to spend? Are you going to make the website or not? Are you going to do the inorganic campaign on LinkedIn or the Facebook or Insta or not? Right? How much money you are going to spend? Means, do you have a budget of say 5 lakh rupees, 10 lakh rupees, which you will invest over the period of 1 year, 2 years time to establish your personal brand, to develop your basic infrastructure of your website and all that, right? So in case of coaching, it is very nominal, right? But whatever is that particular nominal, you will have the idea only if you know your business model. Otherwise, you can't do this particular finance projection because they depend on your delivery mechanism, what type of solution you are offering, right? So all that. Now you can go for the branding and promotion effectively. You should start your developing your personal brand as a coach from the day one of the program. No doubt. So that you will create a backlink. You will create some history to your profile. Right? You cannot one day go to the market and say, okay, I am a professional coach and you give me the business. No, it's a process, right? First is the market awareness. It is not direct business development. No business development happens directly. Yeah? And throughout my life, I have been a business development person. So I'm telling you from my experience. So always first is the awareness, then is the business development. So the awareness, you have to start making people aware in your circle. That is, you are going to become coach from the day one of the program. And I am sure that most of the wise people here are already doing it. They are making people aware, right, through their social media interactions. And whenever you get any opportunity, you are informing the people that is okay, you are into a development path of a coach. But once you are clear on your business model and the competitive advantage, now you start the personal branding.
Yeah, could I just ask, how flexible is the business plan? Is it something that should retain its integrity through, a good period of time, a bit like, a financial plan to start business? The actual process of coaching, how much flexibility can be built into that plan from the outset so that it could pivot, adapt to meet context?
Yeah. See, do you know the beauty? The beauty is whether you build the flexibility or not, the market forces you to flex. So flexibility is a thing which is not in your hand. You can make any plan, right? Means in the January 2020, Master My Life had a very different plan of the offline learning. In the month of March, COVID happened, all our plan changed, right? So to answer you shortly, all plans have to be flexible or they do not have any other option but to be flexible, because all plans are market driven and the market is changing, right? But as I already told you in start, you can change your entire plan. You can change your niche, because as soon as you change the niche, your problem definition will change, because you are changing the niche. Solution will change, business model will change. So once you change your first step, all the steps are going to change. But in spite of that, you must make the business plan of your current thought of niche. Why? Only that will give you this 4 advantage. Only that will help you in making better decisions. Only that will help you in remain focused. Only that will help you in think strategically. Only that will help you in attracting universal positive energy, harness opportunities. Only that will help you in succeeding, right? So whatever is your limited understanding right now, you must make a business plan. And you don't have to think whether my plan has to be flexible or not. Always remember, right? So any plan means there is no other option but to become flexible, right? When the market realities are going to change, or when you are going to change your niche after your 1 or 2 years experience, you try and then you understand, oh, earlier my thought process was different and I was thinking that this niche will welcome me, but unfortunately this niche is not welcome me, and there is another niche which I ignored at the start of my career. Now I will focus on that particular niche, your entire business. So always you have to be flexible, you have to be adaptable. In the next decades, only adaptable will survive. All
Thank you.
others will perish.
Yeah, I agree with that. Absolutely
Yeah.
agree.